Well, as you well know, we're needing a lot of new players, but this boy's a young boy, maybe not quite ready yet, but we hope he will be shortly. And yeah, we see a lot of good things in him. Technically very good, athletic. Might need just a little bit to get himself built up and ready for the Premier League. So we won't be putting him under any pressure. We won't be giving any guarantees to the supporters that he's going to be seen in right away. We'll wait and observe him himself. But no, we've heard lots of good things about him. We've seen what we've seen we like. So let's hope it works out.
Not direct comparison, because you said he's very inexperienced. But I mean, you've got good form there with Leighton Baines when you brought him in, and he's somebody who's still at the club working alongside you now. I mean, can he help the likes of him and Vitali?
Oh well, Bainesy is really good with the players, and he's very good with the young players, I have to say. But if he becomes anything like Leighton Baines, we'll certainly have got a winner, that's for sure.
And there was a couple of young players you signed already, prospects, ones for the future. But you mentioned in your last press conference you've actually been targeting older, experienced players as well. So what does it take to get those sort of deals over the line?
Well, the truth is we're not getting them over the line at the moment, so that's a fact. We're not getting a lot of the deals done which we're hoping to do. So we're continually sort of reassessing and moving on. Well, maybe things are not coming to fruition. So we keep doing it. We'll keep trying to get the best players we can. We want to challenge ourselves to get good players if possible. We're trying to do that, but we're finding it quite difficult at the moment.
In that category, Jack Grealish was a player when he went to Manchester City. He said he was the best player in the league at that time. Obviously, surplus to requirements now. Pep didn't take him up to Club Cup. I mean, is there a potential to try and do a deal with that one?
Well, I wouldn't talk about any one of them individually or directly. So I wouldn't talk about MD who would. No. There seems that for some reason all the players that we've got are getting sort of talked about, are linked or getting leaked, whatever thing. So I'm certainly not going to discuss any one individual if possible.
Thank you. Jake, your first time away with the club, obviously you signed last summer, but obviously that was after you come back from Ireland. I mean, how are you finding the time in the USA?
Yeah, no, it's been great. The fans have been very welcoming and very supportive since we've been here. They've welcomed us here into the US, and no, we're really appreciative of the support so far.
Obviously, a tough day at the office last time out against Bournemouth. Are you going to put that behind you now?
Yeah, look, it was a bad result, but I think there's positives to take from the game. The goals we've conceded were mistakes. That was myself as well. So it's something I want to put behind me and look forward to the next game.
Thank you. Simon, BBC?
Yeah. Check. On a tournament, on a tour like this, I mean, obviously it's pre-season, it's about getting fit, getting games under your belt. But do results matter to players? Do they matter?
Yeah, I think so. I think they definitely matter. I think every player goes out there to win and to do their best. Obviously, last game wasn't good for all of us, but we're always going out there to win the games, and that starts, I suppose, next game, and then hopefully we can take that into the season.
And in terms of the opposition, obviously you've got West Ham now. I mean, in the league table last season, there was a kind of group of clubs, West Ham would be among them, that Everton would hope to get above. But equally, they seem to be struggling to bring players in as well. Do you see them as a kind of direct rival in that sense?
I haven't really looked at it that way. I think it's pre-season now, and we're all Premier League clubs over here fighting to win games and get fitness before we go back for the end of the season.
You mentioned that you're having difficulty getting these deals over the line. Are you surprised at that?
My first thought was yes, I was surprised, yeah. Because I think Everton's such a big club, great traditions, you know, if you look what it stood for over the years, and actually, you know, the new stadium's an exciting new move for us. But then when you have another thought and you think again about it, you think, we've been in relegation position for the last 5 years, just about, in the bottom, no, not far off the bottom. So when you look at it that way, maybe there's been reasons for it. But so the fact of the matter is we've got to rebuild that, and we've got to rebuild trust in trusting people who should come to Everton and show them that, you know, the club's going in the right direction. We've got a new future now, and I mean, we're all desperate to give the supporters something again. You know, they've had a lot of disappointments. Last year we finished really strongly, and I know they're in huge numbers here in Chicago and supporting so many events from our side of things. So let's hope we can pull it together for them and get them a team to be proud of by the start of the season.
I mean, it feels new stadium, new owners. You came back, kind of gave the club a lift. It felt as though everything was there, and it's kind of a full start in a sense, because you want to kind of get the players in.
Well, you know, you're saying that, and you mentioned something I was interested. I was just thinking about this. We finished above, I think, Man United and West Ham. It was only Bournemouth in the 4 teams who were here who did, you know, we couldn't finish above. So when you think of that, you know, that's not bad after where we started in some ways. So we felt a lot of positivity. We'd built it up, and we still have. But obviously we would have hoped to have done more business than we have at this time, and you know, we want to get a balance of signing some young players, and we want to get a balance of signing some experienced players. We think that's what we need. So we're just stalling a little bit in some departments.
Adam, the Athletic.
Is there a particular challenge this summer, because there's more Premier League teams than ever, it feels like, in Europe? Next season's 9, I think, this time around. Is there a sense of you're always having to wait for some of those teams to get in before you're then able to pick up those in, maybe not, or is it competition from more broadly in Europe?
I think footballers now want to be in the European competitions. I really do. I think it's challenging for them. They want to play in the European games. You know, the clubs who play in it, and I know from history at West Ham where we had a really successful period of it. It becomes tough, you know, when you're playing Thursday, Sunday, for example. But if you're lucky enough to be one of the better sides and get Champions League, then that makes a big difference. But look, I think we just have to find our own way through. You know, I don't think we're out there announcing that we're definitely going to make Europe. But you know, as a football club inside it, we're going to have a challenge, and we're going to see if we can try and be one of those clubs come next season.
Yeah, and is there also going to be a need for fans? I know it's never nice to tell fans to be a little bit patient, but obviously with players coming a bit later, it will take a while to see the team that you're creating this season get the performances at these different results that start to look like.
Well, the one thing I'll do is I'll tell the Evertonians immediately when I can give them information, and I'll tell them it straight as well. And I think they'll have it if I do that, and I'm telling it straight at the moment. You know, we're having a bit of a struggle getting ones in quickly enough. We're trying, and I hope we can do that. But look, if the players perform as well as they did last year, you know, in some ways we might not have needed any new players. But obviously we had a lot of players out of contract. We had something like 5 on loan. I think we had the biggest number in the Premier League of loan players. So that's where the place is emptied, and we're trying to fill that back up. But we're also trying to do it with players who could give us a chance of challenging to be one of those teams in Europe.
And just finally, do you feel that the challenge from what you expect is more external than internal? You have confidence that it's working the way it should be?
Well, I think we want to get it done. That's what I want to do. I don't know if I can answer your question as clear as that, but we're desperate to get things moving on. You know, we know that time's running out. Probably had since the last game of the season. We've now had, I don't know what, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, certainly, probably more than that. So you know, we've got to start getting moving on, because it will not be long till the window starts to become a bit close to the end of the window, I should say.
I'll take one from here. Can you just say who you report to?
Joe Chaz on Tap Sportsnet here in Chicago. Curious, last time you were in Chicago, it was with Palace. You were that summer series against the Colombian side of Millonarios. You scored the only goal for your team in that. A week later, you're with Leon. How do you have any memories from that event? And how is it coming to Chicago again, not having to worry about that transfer stuff over the top of your head?
Yeah, I mean it was 2 years ago, but yeah, no, I enjoyed my time then as well. Fans have always been really good once we've come here. I suppose it's a growing sport over here, but I think they're really getting behind the sport, and they're showing good support towards everything since we've come.
Yes, can you just let us know who you're reporting for?
Yes, this is Alice Calabrese from MAR 97 here in Chicago. I'm curious, both of you, have you been surprised, given that we're a really long way from England, to see the amount of support their team, even outside the traditional Big Six, can get here in the US?
Want me to answer? I'll try to. No, I'm not surprised at all, because I think the Premier League is so much worldwide. And I know we're in America at the moment, but my experience, I've been with teams and gone all around. If you travel any part of Asia, Africa, the Premier League footballers and the Premier League itself is hugely known there. It's great that it's grown bigger in the US. The football here is getting much better. You've had a brilliant tournament in the summer, and you're about to have another one next summer. So the US is beginning to challenge to get a lot of the big tournaments and all the teams and all the top players coming. So it's certainly a growing sport in this country.
Yes.
Holland Banks and Sports Bank, USA Today. David, for you, while this is, an exhibition and we're friendly about preparing for the season, getting fit, but this event, because of the teams involved in it and your personal connections too, so does this take on kind of a little bit more meaning than your average preseason exhibition?
Well, it does a little bit, because two of the clubs I've managed before are in the same competition as we are just now. So yeah, it's interesting. The best part about it is that we're not under so much pressure just now, or under so much stress, because it's a pre-season competition. I've got huge friends at West Ham and colleagues there and players who I brought to the club there. I've got lots of people still at Manchester United who was there when I was there as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing them all. I can do it on a little bit more relaxed manner instead of doing it like we in the Premier League, where you're a bit stressed and you're just in and away again. You don't get a chance to speak. So I'm hoping over the weeks. I know that the managers, we've got some meetings to do, all of us together. So I'm looking forward to catching up with them all.
And then what's your favorite part of the summer preseason tours?
That you're not quite under as much pressure as a manager as what you would be at other times. But one of the first questions is, no, you really do want to win and you want momentum. You certainly, if you can get it, we would like to get that as well. But we also would like to sort of start beginning to shape a team up, and we're just a bit short because of injuries I should say, and probably late incomings.
Is that one from Baz?
Sorry to take you back to the transfer market, Conor. As a manager, do you have a priority list in your head, or is it because you've got so many plates spinning? Obviously, you said we've had the event the other night, you said 1 to 10, and we're getting players in. Do you have in your mind an idea of, I'd like to win this position and next, or is it you're just trying to do so many things at once that whatever comes first?
No, we've got huge priorities as far as where we would like to try and buy the players if we could do. But also we've also got a numbers situation as well here, where we're short in numbers, so there's a bit of both. But we're trying to get the pieces what we really want first, and that's what we've been fighting to do. So hopefully we can, hopefully things will fall into place. But we're just beginning to think, my goodness, we're just not getting enough over the line, because we are actively working to try and. It's not as if we're a club who's saying, no, we're waiting to sell a player before we can bring one in. No, we're actually in the market. I'd love to say it with a big pot of money, because that's a great thing for Everton if I did say that, wouldn't it? But it's not really the situation. We've got money to spend, and we have to try and spend it wisely.
Yeah, let's take one last one now. Do you want to just let us know who you're watching for, please?
Diego Rodriguez from Everton de Japan, the Chilean club. I would like to ask you Jake, first. This opportunity to do the game seasons all around North America. We had the chance to connect to fans from everywhere. You also speak recently about that. There's a lot of them, and it's a real spirit. But how does it feel for now being in Everton, receiving that warm heat from all Everton fans, not only from the Everton from Colombia, and the Everton from Chile, and all the other team supporters around the sport?
Yeah, no, I mean we've met not just Everton supporters from the US, but they've been kind of from all over. A lot of fans have travelled to these games, even though they're just pre-season games. But I think meeting them, you can see how appreciative they are of us playing, and we're really appreciative of their support as well.
And for David, you were the coach when the teams get that final match on the Brother Cup on Southampton. What do you remember about that match?
About the game was?
The Brother Cup.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it was always, because of the name especially, it's always been something which has been close to the heart of Evertonians back home in Liverpool. That we've got several banners up, and we did have at Goodison about Everton and Chile as well. But I think every time we've come here, I've always enjoyed coming to the US with the teams in the early days. We had some great trips out here. We enjoyed the weather, we tried to make the best of it. Training's always a bit difficult, but we've always had great support everywhere we've gone over here, so I hope it continues, and we want to grow it if possible in the future.
Okay, everyone, thanks very much for your time. Thank you.
Cheers, lads.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry.